Raw comes back on, and Ripley's music is playing while Flair has her title, as they explain that Flair has lost by DQ, but therefore is still the champion. They continue to fight, and Flair is hit with a riptide on the floor. And with that, Nikki ASH runs out, cashes in the briefcase, high cross, and pins Charlotte in 12 seconds to win the women's title, and goes to celebrate in the crowd as the show goes off the air.
Yeah. It was a night of
brilliant because now you have set up the reason why Nia Jax pinned Nikki was to create a challenger. So I can't wait till they do that title match, and that loss makes sense from a few weeks ago.
Right. So watching this, I would say maybe a lot of people are probably still expecting Becky. Instead of Becky, we had Nikki Cross come out to do the cash-in. Everybody popped huge for the cash-in, as they always do. Satisfies the crowd enough for the lack of Becky Lynch. But I'm not into it. I don't think Nikki Ash is hot enough for the role. She's too new. And the gimmick is too kind of mid-card for me.
Like she's Crash Holly. Like, I know the comparison is Mighty Molly, but it's like she is like that same, like Crash Holly was, this is kind of who they're pushing, like this underdog champion that I do think they'll run with. Like, I feel she's going to be now involved in this title picture now.
Sure, but I mean, so what match do you see at SummerSlam?
I don't know what you're going to be doing, because I almost get the sense of like some multi-women kind of thing here.
I suppose. I just feel like I don't have that much faith that she will be perceived as a main attraction whatsoever, simply because she has the belt. To me, it's a move that lowers the value of the title rather than increases Nikki's. And I don't know. I don't even think the character is.
Maybe
really
she's
going
to defend it in Beat the Clock challenges.
Maybe. Is she a superhero now?
That will be determined next week if the title gets her wings.
Okay. Honestly, I kind of look at it as like, hey, this is a big show coming off of this show. We need a big event. We already have one briefcase on another show. We don't need two hanging around. So let's cash it in. Let's do it tonight for a big event to get people talking. And I ultimately don't have that much faith that a new star was made here.
Yeah, it was obviously, it was done for the night and for that crowd to go off with something notable. I'm kind of with you. Like, I don't dislike this character. I think Nikki is very good in the role.
It's a good mid-card character for now, with the potential of getting up there to the main event. This was too soon, in my opinion.
See, I don't know if I see this as a main event gimmick with the best portrayal. Like, I think at the end of it, it's a superhero gimmick, which is fine. I think it's got a shelf life to it, unless Nikki turns out to be just so great that she can extend the life of this character. But it feels like one of those characters that they're going to run with, and then it's one where it's just going to halt, and then she comes back down to earth. And yes, I don't sense it's literally. Like we're only in front of crowds week one. Like, we don't even know if this is going to be a big hit with fans. They've certainly given a reason for her to be now a pushed character and for the audience to be with her. But
today, I don't consider either day to be really any indication, because last night she won. Crowd's going to pop for a victory, and the crowd's always going to pop for a cash-in, because they're there to see what they consider to be a historical event. The real test is 2 weeks from now. What is the reaction going to be like for her? When she is set to defend her title against a bigger star, what's that reaction going to be like?
Well, and it seems like what they're banking on is coming up with creative fluke ways for her to win, like with the ladder match and tonight. So it's like, I get the sense it's, okay, here are all these stars in the division, and she's, again, the Crash Holly role of like, how is she going to outsmart these people and get these fluke wins to be the improbable champion? I just think that's like a kind of a short-term.
I think it's a terrible gimmick for a champion. It's a great gimmick for a 24/7 winner. At best, maybe like even a tag team belt, sure, but not your division's champion.
Yeah. Well, that was the end of Raw.